Welcome, Aquarius. This is Spicy Sunflower Tarot, and I'm excited to do this reading for you. This is in regard to a special occasion that we're having in the skies, in the solar system. There is a new moon solar eclipse in the sign of Virgo. And within the last 30 days, this will be what we consider a rare double header in the way of the new moon in Virgo. The first new moon in Virgo happened on August 23rd, and the second new moon in Virgo will be tomorrow, September 21st, 2025. This is considered rather a rare double header, and they call it a cosmic curtain call because it is going to bring about lessons and everyday routines. It's going to bring about lessons about our everyday routines, our health, and systems. It's going to bring those things to a head. It'll give us a chance to create new beginnings, to release old patterns, and to find a balance between self-improvement and accepting what is good enough. So I'm going to go ahead, Aquarius, and do a 4-card spread. I've already shuffled the cards many times. I've already knocked out the energy that no longer is here to serve you. And I'm just asking that you tune into your intuition as we start this reading for you, Aquarius. The first card out is, what pattern are you breaking in this eclipse? Maybe you have something in mind. What pattern are you breaking in this eclipse, Aquarius? We all have stuff that we no longer need. Excuse me while I grab all of these cards. Oh dear. Okay, so we're not going to take all these cards. That was just too many. I'm really asking for just one. Oh, I cannot grab that. Let's see here. Apologies for that. There we go. So what pattern are you breaking in this eclipse? Judgment. Are you being too judgmental? Let's just be honest. Let's look in the mirror and ask, are we being too judgmental about things in our life? And this is specifically about remembering things that we have made judgments on in the past. So releasing the old, allowing the new. In this card, you very clearly can see it's angelic energy. It's actually Archangel Gabriel with trumpet blowing and calling all the souls up into heaven. And so it's a very new, fresh start, because it's kind of like we're calling an end to an old way of things. So it's very much about, what pattern are we breaking? It's very much about releasing what doesn't serve us and calling forward what does. So what this really says, it's a big deal. It's this card of spirit. It's a major arcana card. It really is saying that, Aquarius, I think it's really time for you to decide what is important to you and what is not. Get in line with your values. What is important to you? And then you put people, places, and things into what you value. And you kind of go through life and you're making judgment calls, but you're not making them in the same way that you used to. So this is a new way for you to go forward. What pattern are you breaking? Your old way of casting people into categories. New way of thinking, learning how to make judgment calls based on your value system. And so if that's the case, if that's the pattern that you're breaking, then what can you now create in its place? Ace of Pentacles. When you stop making judgment calls rashly and maybe, without too much thought into them, it allows for new opportunities to come into your life. And these are physical, tangible, touchable opportunities in the way of money, in the way of health, in the way of physical, a new job. It's opportunities concerning coin, concerning your health, concerning your home, anything you can invest. This is literally a coin. And so whatever you can put a coin towards or receive a coin from, it's the ace, so it's something new. So what can you now create in the place of these old judgment categories? New opportunities. Because when your mindset changes, when your patterns are released from the old ways of thinking, it opens up like new neural pathways in your brain even. And so it's allowing for you to even be more open-minded than you ever have been before of, I never considered that I could make a living doing that. I didn't realize that my passion could become my life. I never thought A, B, C, or D. So you fill in the blank. But what can you now create? New opportunities. Plain and simple. What new cycle is opening for Aquarius? What new cycle is opening? We know what you can create, but what cycle are we getting ready to jump into for Aquarius? What new cycle is opening for Aquarius? The Nine of Wands. This is about being the wounded warrior. So the new cycle for you is you have been through some you know what. You've been through it. You've been in the trenches of it. And you have been hurt beyond maybe what most people even could rationally believe. So what I want you to understand is your boundaries are very healthy. Walls aren't healthy. But I think the new cycle, my interpretation of what I'm seeing, what I'm feeling when I'm doing this reading for you, Aquarius, is a whole new cycle is beginning for you in the regard of take the hurts that you've learned the lessons from and apply those as you move forward. Remember, free of unnecessary judgment, making wise judgments, like I said, aligned with your value system, and knowing that with your new judgments aligned with your values, understanding the pains that you've had to go through, the things that have hurt you in the past, that you are a warrior, you're ready to fight, though you don't want to, but you will. I think this is learning from the pains of the past, what you will tolerate moving forward. You'll fight for what you believe in, but you don't want to anymore. You feel like, I would like to just be in pursuit of my passions. I would like to understand what is important to me, what lines up with my values, and I would like to have these new opportunities, and I would like to be in a healthy frame of mind to accept them. This new cycle for Aquarius, I think, is all about you being very mindful and wise about the way you're accepting these new things. So the last card is in regard to what unexpected change might be happening around me. This is kind of like a little sneak peek preview for you, Aquarius. What's something unexpected that you might not be expecting, but you're going to expect it? It's happening around you. And of course, it's going to affect you. It's the Death card. It is the ending of one cycle, as we spoke about with Nine of Wands, and the beginning of a new. This is the end of bad habits. This is the end of unhealthy, toxic thinking, people, places, things. This is the end of, self-flagellation. This is the end of negative, stinking thinking. Aquarius, you are an air sign, and you can go down some tunnels in your mind of the way that you're thinking, feeling, processing, organizing all of your thoughts. And I think that it's the death of the unhealthy patterns and the beginning of new. And I think that this is coming about unexpectedly. I think you're going to literally go and look at yourself in the mirror, and you're not going to recognize your own reflection because of how much you've grown, of how much you've learned, and of how much you're ready to be open to these new opportunities. I think you have done a full 360, and I think that is unexpected for you. So I'm going to finish off your reading with a oracle card from Yasmin Boland's Moonology Oracle cards. And these are really straightforward and simple messages, so I don't have to elaborate too deeply on them. I'm going to hold it a little closer to the camera though, so if you want to take a screenshot, you can go and look up the phase of the moon that it mentions. But the message for you, Aquarius, your commitment is being tested. So when we change, when the death card is here and something old is released and something new is born, you know, death doesn't mean the end of something. It means the beginning of something too. So it's not one without the other. And when that happens, we have to commit to the new way of life and to our higher ways of thinking. And I'm just letting you know, oracle cards showing up, your commitment is going to be tested in that process. It's regarding the first quarter moon. So like I said, this is a reason you can, or a reason for you to take a snapshot or a picture of this so that you can go look that up and see if that has any relevance or special meaning for you in particular. So your commitment's being tested. Aquarius, you're strong. You're a fixed air energy. So I think that when you make your mind up, you make your mind up, and that's that. So I love you, Aquarius. Thank you so much for being here. Namaste.